boys are asleep. I'm gonna get ready to lay down because 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whenever the baby wakes up comes soon enough. Um, Yesterday was Neff's birthday. He worked and gave him his gift and didn't really get to do much because he's working and came in late in the morning, slept and then wake him up. So hopefully next couple of days I'll be able to treat him out for breakfast. The boys had breakfast for dinner today, and it was really good. And Roy cleaned up the kitchen, and I was happy because I really expected to come home and having to do it. Since Gisette's gone, she went to go stay with Daniel Crush for 2 weeks. So the dishes, say it was her chore to do. Today today means I'm still referring to Monday, even though it's actually Tuesday. The boys had their appointments, and Jacob had his physical. And the doctor said get some medicine for his nose. It's over the counter, and bumping up Dedrick's medication to 20 milligrams. And of course, Hollis wouldn't allow the doctor to even look at him, so I'm going to email her and tell her that I request to have a CT scan done of his head. And that way I will feel better either way of what's going on with the bumps on his head. So I'm going to email her when I get off with this and tell her that I would prefer to get a CT. They'll have to put him to sleep, so I'm fine with getting that done. Pixels came back. She came back this morning. She was in the backyard, so I brought her back in. It rained a little today. It was nice. It was actually kind of cold. And I got my free coffee today at Dunkin' Donuts. And yesterday, Sunday, went to the Queen Bean with the girls. And I should record more when I'm out. Just been busy, and sometimes I think about it, but then there's times I just can't even pick up my phone. So Hollis was good today. Didn't really throw any fits at all. And Len will come tomorrow about noon to pick up the rent. So I'm getting ready to lay down. I'm going to put Hollis in his bed. Tired. It's like this is my time. Like, it's been one of them days where I was so busy I haven't had time to like sit and breathe, and I wish I could just watch TV and stuff, but I'm tired and I'll end up falling asleep. So, and with Dedrick being home, he's a big help, but just being busy, I just didn't really have time to sit. And if I was sitting, it was busy with the baby. I saw a video today on YouTube. It was called breast crawling. I've never actually heard of that. Since having all these kids, you always learn something new. You put the newborn on the stomach, and the newborn is actually supposed to crawl towards the mom's breast. And as long as the labor is unmedicated, and if they don't bother the baby as far as they clean it up and pick it up and stuff, then the babies actually will find its way to latch on. And I think it's so cool. So one of the most beautiful things I see that a baby's crawling on the baby's stomach towards the breast, because they can actually smell the breast milk, and it's similar to the smell of the amniotic fluid. And if I had known that when I had my natural birth, I would have loved to experience that and just see it. But having a C-section, you're so pumped up with drugs, the babies are so tired afterward, like they sleep for a long, long time because the drug gets into their system too. And I prefer to have, the thing is, when you have a natural birth, you go into the labor pains and stuff, and I've had both. I prefer natural birth as far as like pushing and doing all that work, and you know, that's what we're made here to do. The only thing I do not like is the contractions, regardless. I don't like that pain. Um, with a C-section, you don't have that pain, and you just go in and schedule, but you miss out on so much. You miss out on the monitoring of the baby and you miss out on just the pushing and just getting ready for the baby, and like you miss all that. You miss the doc. I mean, like nobody likes to be checked down there for semen dilating, but just the whole preparation of having a baby. I mean, you really miss out when you have a C-section. Um, C-section, you just schedule in, go in, they get you ready for surgery, and then bam, you have surgery, and it's actually more scarier than pushing. This last time when I had Cash, it was I was awake. First I had Hollis, I was asleep, and I remember everything. Oh, you don't feel anything. Um, I hated to be nauseous. I mean, they were really good about saying how many times I would be nauseous, when to expect it. But it's I really don't like the C-section. I really, you can't move. You're paralyzed, really, like from the neck down. Um, you can move your head, but you get sick. Can you imagine getting sick to your stomach and puking, but yet you can't get up to puke? You have to tilt your head sideways. And puking, you can't even puke because you're just like, because you're paralyzed. You can't feel nothing from like the neck down. So even the stomach muscles that you need to puke, you can't feel there. You don't have no control over that, and so you don't have the stomach muscles to physically puke out. So you got to like do your dang best to get it out by just using your throat muscles. And what else? It just felt like I really just couldn't breathe. Like I felt like I was gonna take my last breath. I felt like I had something really heavy on my chest, and I just couldn't quite get that breath. And a few times they had to put the oxygen on. Um, that's I didn't like that part. And when they injected me this time with the needle, I just felt a small pinch. So I was very pleased with the minimal pain of actually getting the spinal block done. And the recovery on Cash was absolutely amazing. Hardly any pain at all. Hardly any incision pain at all. My staples came out real smooth. I got discharged on Wednesday. By Friday, I had them out, and come by Wednesday, of course, I'm already vacuuming. And they sent me home with Percocet. I don't use hardcore drugs, so I can't pronounce half of them. They sent me home with that and ibuprofen, and probably by the second day, I wasn't even on it anymore because it just stays in my system. So taking it for 2 days, it was still my system. So come the third day, I didn't even have to need it. I didn't even have to take one anymore. Plus, it was making me sick. Like, I almost had to go to the ER. And I toughed it out, but the next day I was actually feeling a lot better. So, I just didn't like the drugs either. I mean, that it helped. It did, but, I could feel it in my system. I just don't like the way it makes me feel. Well, I've been on this for now going over 9 minutes. And I really do enjoy my video blogs. That way one day my family can go back to my videos and see all my thoughts. Even, like today I had asked Christy to vacuum. I texted her to vacuum last night, landing where her guinea pigs had made a mess of the fluff. And no response. And this morning she went to work, and later on, after she was home for a long time, I asked her if she can vacuum up there, and she was like, no, who made the mess? I'm like, well, I made the mess. And she just grumbled something, and I mean, just sometimes the way she responds comes out just like really mean. And I just walked away, didn't say anything. I tried my hardest not to cry. And And I didn't want Dedrick to see that just how upset I was, because you know he would have been like right up there, like what's going on, and I thought, I'm just, you know, I was thinking I'm just gonna do it later. Then it's fine, you know. I can clean up her mess. It's okay. And not long after that, she came down and she grabbed the vacuum and she cleaned it up. But by that time, my feelings were already hurt. And today, like, nobody, that's gone. And so she had dishes saying nobody wanted to do it. And it's like, it's like, Jacob, can you do the dishes? Because he was off on chores and he's, oh, it's my day off and this and that. And I'm thinking, when's the last time Jacob even did chores? He'll do dishes, but actually I don't think he even has floors, but he does have bathroom, and it's like I do dishes most every day, and I don't have a choice. It needs to get done, and I did his trainer for earlier before dinner. I was thinking, this is fine. I'll just come home after picking up Dedrick's medication. I'll just do them. It needs to get done anyway. I'm not going to argue. And I came home and the kitchen was clean. I asked Christy who cleaned it, and she said Lloyd did. And he was sitting on the couch and I said, Lloyd, I said, thank you so much for doing the dishes. I said, I realized I had to come home and I had to do them. And I said, it made me very happy. And he had a big old smile on his face, and seeing him happy made me even more happy. So I was really, really, really thankful, But tomorrow I'll do my daily chores and stuff. And I just don't like a messy house. And when you got so many people, you can't help it. You have a messy house, but there's more adults than there is little kids. I mean, there's really no excuse why there's a messy house. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna get going. It's already 12, and this is probably draining my battery. So, morning comes soon enough. I'm hoping it's kind of cold enough to go get the kids umbrellas and mittens and stuff. So I'll do that this week. So, all right. I'm going to say goodnight to myself, and I will see you tomorrow.